Hey, welcome or welcome back to the channel. I'm Chantal. So in this video, I'm going to give you a full tour of the whole garden. The last garden tour was completed maybe over a year ago now, and since then we've undertaken a number of new projects, and in some areas it's been enhanced quite significantly.
Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press that notification bell for new video releases.
So some of the feedback that I received on the first video was that it was quite quick and people wanted to have more of a scan of some of the details in the garden. So in this video, I'm going to take my time and explore all the different zones in much more detail. So over the last year or so, I've tried to grow a few veggies. I've successfully grown a lemon tree, a lime tree, and an olive tree. Oh, and a peach tree as well I've grown. And they're doing really well. I also have 2 vegetable boxes. And I must admit, I've been less successful with these. One of them is doing okay. I'm just growing some herbs in there. But the second box looks more like a weed garden than a vegetable garden. I had some celery and a few other things, but then I didn't, harvest them when I should, and it just got to be a mess. So basically I've decided to rip everything up and just to turn this box into something a bit more ornate and decorative. Something that's really low maintenance and that I can easily keep on top of. This house is going to be listed on Airbnb, so I really need something that can be easily maintained. So after ripping out all the weeds, I lay a weed mat down just to help try and curb further weeds growing. Then I just cover that area with some decorative stones. The idea here is just to plant a beautiful plant, or an array of plants actually, in this space, and just for it to be a feature. So nothing that's going to win any horticultural garden awards, really quite simple, but it's going to do the job. And as these plants that I'm laying here grow, they'll start flowing over the bowl and it'll look even more spectacular. Okay, so moving on, let's explore the rest of the garden. As you come around the corner, this is the view, and I just love it. But one of the areas which has had a major refurbishment is this deck. You can catch the full details of this deck makeover here on this video. But for today's purposes, I'm just gonna give you a walkthrough. So overlooking the deck, you can see the area which we just passed through, which is the little herb garden and the fruit plants and that new area which I've just completed. And this elevated deck leads directly out from the kitchen, and then there's another door which leads to the back room. So you have lots of direct access to this space. It's been created really because it really captures the daylight, especially the morning sun, and it's such a tranquil place to sit. It has like a different feel to the other areas, just in that it's really peaceful, really quiet, really tranquil. And you can eat out there, but it's just a really nice place just to sit and read and be still. Alright, so the rest of the garden, as you walk around, you'll see a beautiful garden bed, and I've gone with like a tropical look. Mainly because, well, one, I really like the aesthetic of tropical plants. I love the lushness of it. But 2, I am not really big on, huge maintenance, and tropical plants just do their own thing. Yes, you need to tweak them every now and again, but generally they just grow and do their own thing. All right, so this little area here has had a recent refresh, and again, the link for that full makeover is available here. We did have stencil before, but I've chosen to go with a different stencil and a different color just to make it a little bit more bold. These beanbag chairs are so comfy and just make this space such an ideal place to sit and flop and just relax after a hard day, or just to chill at the weekend, or just to catch up with friends. It's a really great place to have a conversation and catch up. Directly opposite the Sunken area is the Alfresco area. So here we have the dining table, and we have some stools, and we have some plants. It was recently refreshed as well. We redid the floor. So previously it had a timber floor, but after some damage, we ripped that up and replaced that with a concrete floor. And again, the video for that is linked here. So this space is used a lot. We eat out here a lot in the summer, and I really hope that when we do start having guests, Airbnb guests, they really make use of this space too. It has a Barbie, it looks really good, and we've surrounded it with plants. And this is kind of the view from that space of the whole garden. So the garden isn't actually huge, but I love it just because it's so interesting. I've just tried to use so many different textures, raw and earthy textures, and everything kind of just works really well together. I really like quirky little features, so you'll find in the garden some items that you wouldn't normally find outside, like that framed fern. I've also got a ladder, what I use to grow some climbers. What else do I have? Oh, these tea chests that I have in the garden pit, and I've also got them on the patio as well. I just really like unusual things, and they just really add to the overall theme. So this area here, the fire pit, this has been refreshed in terms of the furniture. So recently we just updated the furniture after being outside for a while. It gets really dated. And so you can see the link to that video above. I think one of my greatest learning curves in the garden has been this plant wall. So basically everything that I planted a year ago or so died, and I've realized that it's because of the environment. The fabric which contains the plants really dries the soil, so there's only a few things that survive, and mainly they are succulents. So it's been a case of trial and error, but I think I've got it now. This garden pit is just an ideal space to chill and relax, and I really love the fact that we've got all those elephant ears surrounding it. I don't know why, but my garden just loves to grow these elephant ears, and I love it. Another quirky little feature I have here is just this frame that I've attached to the tree. I just think every home or every garden needs a little selfie area, and that is mine. It's great for when guests come, they just want to take a picture in the garden, and surrounding that area is this little fernery, I'll call it. So I just have a number of hanging ferns of different specimens in this beautiful tree, and it just really frames this area beautifully. I think this tree fern is probably one of my favorite plants in the garden, just because of how unique it is. It has this kind of furry bark, and I just love the way it grows when new leaves are coming out. It curls out. It's just so spectacular to watch. So walking down to this other side of the house, we have this little jungle area. I remember when I planted these plants, and I was, I kept thinking, oh, I need to plant more, I need to plant more. But it's so amazing, you know, how much they've grown and the lushness of this space. And I've just left it. I mean, for some people it might be too much, but I just love that everything's going into each other. It's just like a beautiful jungle. Within the last year, the side of the house has had a refresh. So I hadn't really used this space prior because it was just a bit meh. It wasn't really saying anything, but we refreshed it. Again, the details for that video are here. And now, I mean, even though I don't typically use this space, it's just nice to walk down here and for it to just feel aligned with the rest of the garden. From the laundry, there's a beautiful view of this space, and I love that. Just being able to look outside and see beauty, even though, you know, it's not a space I use. It's really important. This bite here, it isn't decorative. Well, it kind of is, but I was supposed to fix it up. But I just think it looks so cute. Like I said, those little quirky features are really important to me. And so this is it really. I'm giving you a 360 view of the garden for you to take it all in. I really hope that there's things in here that inspire you. And if you want more inspiration, then check out the individual videos which I've linked to, because they provide a lot more details of some of the little projects that were undertaken to get the garden to where it is now. If you are wanting help in designing your dream garden, then that is a service that I offer also. I've worked with clients from all over the globe with our virtual design services and help them create their beautiful garden spaces. So if that is something that you need, get in contact with me using one of the links in the captions. Alright, well thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions, let me know if you have any comments, let me know what you think of the updated garden. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share the video. And until next time, catch you soon.